Here we are at Witheys Health Food Stores, and basically it's right here in Kalispell on 93, and we're going to go in and talk to Joe and the staff. Good afternoon. I'm standing here with Joe Withey of Witheys Health Food. Good afternoon, Joe.
Good afternoon, Dave.
And tell me a little bit about the store, Joe, as far as how long you guys have been here and what kind of products you try to carry.
Mom and Dad bought King's Market in 1958, and I think it was probably 1960 Mom got into some hard-to-find specialty flours and grains and found out that she had some arthritis that she needed to address, and so someone gave her back to Eden. And the history goes that she started drinking alfalfa tea just out of the field, and it worked. And she got sick of it, so she started calling companies to make alfalfa tablets. So Schiff was the first company to make alfalfa tablets that we're aware of. And she got a big bottle of 1,000, and we sold thousands of the 1,000 bottles. And we just started based on her response and the aspect of other people could probably get help too. And the Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss opened an incredible world of healing to her. And then she got into some of the other people like Pavoi Rolla, Adele Davis, some of the old historians of health foods in the movement in the 50s and 60s, so it's kind of old hat.
We're standing here with Joe Withey in the bulk herb, teas, and spice area, and Joe, this is one of the better accepted parts of the store, so tell me a little bit about it.
We look at our bulk herbs, teas, and spices as a kind of an incredible section of the store because people are blown away with how little it costs to have really good flavoring food and how little it costs to have good teas. Basically, you're buying the herb instead of the jar. When you're buying, and pick on shillings, you're buying a can of it and you might only need a teaspoon. And so this kind of a situation, we have the ability to give you eighth of a teaspoon. We have to put it in a bag, but the bag might weigh more than the product itself, like in bay leaves, but we have to charge something. And bay leaves at $13.99 a pound, holy schmoly, you only buy a couple of them, and it only costs you, it's a fraction of what you're going to pay at the store, and it's fresher.
We're down another aisle, and we're with Joe Withey, and we're in the homebrew section now. So, Joe, why don't you give us some of the interesting points about this homebrew area?
I'd have to say back in probably 1990, there were some articles about homebrewing, and it was kind of a hobby that people were very interested in. So I went and made a few phone calls to North Carolina and found out a couple brew houses. Since then, we've established a phenomenal homebrew beer and wine section, which people absolutely love. Everything to do it simply or very professionally if you want to. And there isn't much that we don't have relative to homebrew being beer and wine, and whatever we don't have we special order in, and we go through an awful lot. It's a very important part of the store. It is not overlooked. People appreciate it, and our prices are very competitive even with the people that are online because of the freight charge.
I'm standing here in Witheys Natural Food Store today with Debbie, and we're in the meat area, and so I'd like to have Debbie talk a little bit about the organic meats and things that they carry in that area.
Okay. Hi.
Go right ahead, Deb.
We try to keep everything local. I have our fish comes out of Alaska or fresh water. I don't carry anything farmed. It comes from flathead fish out of Whitefish. They do special orders, so if you have any special events, you can order extra of what you'd like. My beef, I carry local beef that's raised right here, grass-fed. I have quite a few cuts. I also carry another beef that is the only one registered in the United States as a low cholesterol beef. It is from Blacktail Mountain out of right here in Montana. It's fed flax. It is fed grass, so it has to go through tests in order to be classified as low cholesterol. And they also serve that in hospitals now also for heart patients.
What's the benefit of the low cholesterol for those that don't know?
Okay, the low cholesterol is going to be leaner. It's going to be for those who have cholesterol or heart problems. That's why they started serving it in some of the hospitals on the heart ward to help with lowering their cholesterol. And that way you can still get the protein without the extra fat.
I'm sitting here with Joe in the Witheys library at the store. So, Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about this area?
It's our education center. I mean, we have a lot of free stuff in the store, but when you really want to know, and we use this area ourselves quite a bit, you know, be it the prescription for nutritional healing, it's just a world of information. Herb books, self-help books, not so much on that, but taking care of ourselves. Like the China study is not about China, it's about how they stay so healthy.
Okay.
And you know, it's just information that most people don't get. And you know, we love chatting about our book section. And the nice thing is we can come here and validate any statement we may make out there, just to reconfirm, hey, these are what the authors believe, and they've done their homework.
And I see there's a nutritional healing guide over to the side here. And is that like an overall dictionary of nutritional aspects, or
That's
what?
probably one of the premier books on the market, Prescription for Nutritional Healing, and it is written by a clinical nutritionist and a naturopathic physician, and they test products in their clinic. They've proven that they work, and then they give you things like, these are the most important nutrients that you can do, these are very important, these are important, and then we have dietary considerations. Foods to consume and foods to definitely not consume based on what you're trying to do with yourself. Staying, you know, that's for example the person that has candida. You know, it's sugar, excessive carbohydrates, and they give you dietary considerations, what nutrients to use, what foods to consume. It's just a really good book on education.